Hi everybody, welcome to my sewing room. Teresa Louise here. Well, today I decided to try out the live stream again and see how it's going to work. If I'm going to be able to do it with the computers I have or not. And really disappointed that I can't use my cell phone because it has 5G, so I probably would get better internet there. Anyway, so here I am testing it out. Hi, Barbara. How are you doing? I'm just testing this out again, see if it's going to work. And so, anyway, I thought while I was doing the test, I would talk a little bit about Creative Notions. And if you guys don't know, Creative Notions is a monthly subscription box. It actually comes in a package, but she packages it really well. And I just love getting the Creative Notions package. And probably have already seen it on other videos, but I'll just kind of give you an overview real quick of what was in it this month. And so it comes in a mailer package, and then inside of that, everything comes in these nice little bags. Hi, Angela, how are you? Glad to see you, or see your name anyway. And I just love these bags because you can reuse them so easily, re-gift them or put your projects in them or something. And so that was one of the things we got. And she doesn't charge us for these either, which is pretty cool. And then we always get a little sheet here that tells us everything that's in our package. And so this month in February, we got a pattern, and we got pinwheel papers. So these are for doing paper piecing, and that's what I wanted to talk to you, some of you, about, was how to do the paper piecing. We got those. We got two, and I've already used them, so I can't show you the fabric. But here's the covers that were on the I can't show you the fabric here because I've already started. That's some of the fabric. Okay. And then we got this cute little envelope. And I believe it had the Zappy Dot in it. And the last few months we've been getting Zappy Dots. This one isn't magnetic, but the other ones I've been getting are, and you can put them on, like this other one I have over here on my sewing machine, and I put my pins on it. This one you could use like a scissor fob. I don't know if they'd fit on these ones, but like maybe you're going to go to a retreat or something. Yeah, it won't fit on this one. But I have a smaller pair it probably would fit on. But let's say you're going to go to a retreat and you don't want somebody getting your scissors. Put this on there, and that way, hey, they're yours. So that's really cute. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there's a glare. He's got a pair of scissors on it with some thread and a thimble. Really cute. Well, let me take just a minute to read the comments, see who's here. Let's see. Hi, Barbara. Angela. Hi. Hi, Lisa. From Kentucky. Oh, you ordered the box yesterday? Well, then you already knew that. Are you getting the February box, or are you getting it going forward. Oh, hi, Kim. Glad you're here. Yes, the fabric is really pretty, and I think it's it doesn't say on the label. Well, it does. It says Rivers Bend, a division of Midwest Textiles and Supplies. But on the fat quarter, so the fabric you got was 2 charm packs, 2 yards of white fabric, and then a fat quarter of this stuff here. And on this fat quarter, it said Bendertech. So, which I was really happy about because I love Bendertech fabric. So I'm not and this fabric also was in with the charm pack because this came out of the charm pack. So anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Hi, Anne. How are you today? So, then we also got a pair of earrings. I believe that Vicky had a friend or has a friend that makes these, and she had them made for us. So she didn't charge us, and I think they are made out of leather. If I can get them apart. I think that light might be too bright. Anyway, I'm not much or real dangly. This is about as dangly as I get, but there you go. But they're really light, and they're pretty. They're pink. And then we got 2 pieces of candy, but I ate those already, so I can't show you. All right. So that, I think, is everything we got in the box. Am I coming across okay? And can you guys hear me all right? I'm going to read something here. Oh, a subscription person who wants me to subscribe to their out later. Okay, so yes, you can hear me okay, and yes, you can see me okay. Okay, great. Okay, so let's talk about this pattern. It's really cute. I have to say that. And great. Thank you guys for commenting back on whether you could see me and hear me okay. But I did have a little bit of a rough time with it. I've only tried a little bit of paper piecing, not very much. But so I was looking forward to giving this a try. Oops, I think I hit that speaker. But what I found kind of difficult was part of the directions are in here, and then part of the directions are in the come with the sheets. So you kind of have to go back and forth, and you know. So if later on, if you want to do this pattern, you're going to have to save this too with it, even if you don't have any more of the sheets left. So that's kind of a bummer because some of the cutting instructions you need for this pattern. Okay, so the other thing is you need to decide whether you are going to, if your pinwheels are going, and the directions is the pinwheels will be going counterclockwise. Okay, now if that doesn't matter to you, then follow this instructions and these instructions, and they'll be going counterclockwise. But in the tutorial that Vicky did for Creative Notions, she did hers where the pinwheels were going forward, and I also, or clockwise, and I also did mine going clockwise. But when you do that, then you might start getting a little confused. You can't, the first block that I made, when I tried to match it up to this, of course it doesn't match. It's going the opposite way. So it was a little confusing. All right. So in the pattern, it has you put your fabric on the back side, and if you do that, then it's going to go counterclockwise. If you want to have it go clockwise, put your fabric on the front. Okay, so that's how I'm going to talk about this, is having the fabric on the front. Once you make that decision, then you have to say, okay, remember, I'm putting them all on the front. So for each block, you need 4 sheets. Okay, 4 sheets for each block. And each block is a unit. Okay, all right. I did like to, let me just say real quick, they gave you all the, I'm not know if I'm supposed to show it, but they give you all the cutting instructions. Sorry, Vicki, if I messed up. For the 2 yards of white background, and then the fat quarter tells you how to cut all those out. It told you from each color what to cut and how to cut it. So that was nice. Although I didn't follow that because I wanted mine to look different. So I mixed up all the colors. Because you don't want a quilt that looks, totally the same. Okay, let me read real quick. My sync is off with what I'm saying. Oh, okay. I think it kind of comes and goes, I think. Hi, Brenda. Looks like we nailed somebody out there. Okay, thank you for doing that. Appreciate that. Okay, I'll just keep going. Hopefully the replay will be okay. Okay, where was I? Anyway, so yeah, I mixed all the colors up and did it my own way. All right, so I'm going to do all of mine on the front. Okay, so even though I had a few blocks left over, and I'm going to see if I can point this down a little bit. All right, so I need 4 triangles, so I'm just going to go from corner to corner. Okay, from corner to corner. And I just move the fabric. May have to be really careful doing that, but, and then corner to corner again. And that gives you your 4 triangles. Then one piece of, so corner to corner. And if you have a rotating mat here, that would really help. I have one, but I just didn't get it out. Okay, so corner to corner. And then you have your 4 contrasting pieces. And then this one, I'm just going to do, I just need 2 pieces, corner to corner. Okay, then you take your paper. Hope you guys can see that all right. And in the instructions, it tells you to put a white on number 1. Okay, you're going to do that, and you're going to line these, line it up with the solid line, not the stitch line. Okay. Now, if you're doing it on the back, it's the same thing. You still line it up on number 1, but your contrasting one will be number 2 on the right side, whereas if you're doing it on the front, your contrasting fabric will be on your left. That you do 1 block, if you get it correct, and then save that block somewhere, and so you can use it as a reference. All right, so fabric goes face up right there, and then you take your contrasting one, and it goes on top of your white face down, and just get those lined up on that line. And we're going to be stitching on the left hand side here, so don't pin over there. And I pin because if you don't pin it, it's just going to slide all over the place. So get your pin in there. Whoops, I just threw a pin on the floor. And I'm going to put 2 pins in here. Okay. Then I'm going to flip it over. Now remember, you're going to pin, you're going to sew on the side that doesn't have the pins. Okay. So I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to sew down that line right there. So I'll do that real quick. Okay. So when I sew quite a ways down off of here, because if you look on the back side, your fabric goes quite a ways down there. And I like to start up above the line. My sewing machine makes a little knot here and down here, and sometimes that really interferes when you're trying to cut and make things straight. Okay, so I got that. I was supposed to warm up an iron, but I didn't do that. Okay, so now it says to fold that over, and I'm just going to finger press. I could use my little roller here. Okay. And then you take your other piece of fabric, fabric 3, and you fold it face down over the top of that. Now, you could do a couple of different things here. You could either fold this in half and find your center mark, or you could just line it up the best as possible. Okay. So I've already found the center mark, so I'm going to line that up with my center mark. Now this time I'm going to be sewing down through here, so I'm going to put my pins back over here. I wish I could hear you guys, or hear at least one person. Somebody tell me what people are saying in the comments. Okay, now I'm going to fold that over and I'm going to sew down this stitch line. And when I stitch, I'm going to start up here because my fabric is way up there. So I'm going to start way up here. You just want to make sure everything is laying where it's supposed to be laying. Okay, so got that. And then you fold this over and you press that. Who's that? So now you cut it on the back side, okay? When you lay this down, make sure everything's laying out nice and flat, okay? Now when I was cutting them, I started on the white side because it was sometimes I would cut this outer line, and then when I did that, of course, my block would be all messed up. You want to cut on the inside line. So I just started cutting this side, these sides first, and that helped me get the next cut correct, okay? So lay this out nice and flat. And that fabric likes to shift around on you sometimes, so if you have a rotating mat, that would be really handy. But I like to do everything the hard way, so. Okay. Then, now remember the inside line. And the inside line again. Just double check that. There's not that. So there's our little block, or our little unit. This is a unit of the block. Just some sewing terms for you there. Okay, now I'm going to take the paper off. And how I did it was I took number 3 and I folded it back. Now, this is why I sew up further. Is this part right here. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's the thread sticks to the paper there. And if you just pull it back too hard, you're going to take out all your seam. So hold on to that and rip the paper back. Okay, get a nice firm grip on that right there. And then pull that back, roll it back. And then I just hold it off. Well, yeah, it's supposed to rip off. All right. Then get that one. Kind of fold it back, crease it. And you still want to be careful with these units because they're on the bias. So just be careful with them. The other thing I did too was I forgot to set my stitch length to 2 or even like 1.5, or that'll really help. Okay, tearing those papers off. Okay, and there's the little unit. So you make 4 of those, and I'm not going to do that in this video. And then you put them all together. So does it? I don't know if anybody out there doing these blocks. Oh, you're doing yours on the back. Okay, yeah. You're so okay. So your block. Angela is doing hers on the back. So hers is going to go counterclockwise. And how long have I been quilting? I've been quilting 5 years or so, thereabouts. I've been sewing since I was just a little girl because my sisters and I would make our Barbie doll clothes by hand. Yeah, I should have turned mine down, Angela, to 1.5. I think this one's set on 2. Yeah, I forgot to do that. Thanks, Barbara. So, full disclosure, it hasn't been that long ago that I made these blocks on a different problem. For me, the paper was just another step that I didn't want to take. So I only did about 10 of them with the paper just to try it, you know. And then after that, I just started making them without the paper. Now, if you do that, then you don't have this nice paper, you know, to square the block up with, but you can still square it up. And this unit should be 4x4 when you get done. So if that's the case, then these points are going to be at 2 inches. So you just take your ruler and you line. I'll bring you back down here. And you line it up at the 2 inch. And this also has a 45 in it. Okay. Well, that's not going to help you there. So I always started with the white one on this side. And I lined up my 2 inch line right here. And then I made sure I was straight on the there. And then I just trimmed it off. And then I did the other small triangle. And I did the same thing. I made sure that my point was right on the 2. And then I cut it off. Does that make sense? And then I did the big side. Anyway, you can still square them up without the paper. The other thing I wanted to point out, because I noticed on Facebook and Facebook mainly, is people were having problems. So what you need to remember when you're doing these, or any half square triangle, these need to be even at the points. Okay? This piece cannot be bigger up here or have more fabric. I wish I had one that wasn't. So just remember that these points need to be even, okay, on both sides. Sometimes if you are cutting it wrong when you square up, if those aren't even, then when you sew them in with other units, then it's not going to turn out right. The points aren't going to point correctly, and you're going to get a big gap. So anyway, I'm almost done with mine. I have it all pinned together. So I'll show you that when I get it all done. It's been a lot of fun. Does anybody have any questions? I'm buffering again. Well, that's not good. Okay. Oh, thank you. Well, I don't know if I should try doing that live for So Becca tomorrow night or not. If I'm just going to keep buffering. So I did try to go live earlier on my husband's brand new computer, and you would think it would be more powerful and everything, and it wouldn't even start filming. So that's not going to work. All right. It says my unstable. Okay. Are you guys still there? Oh, it looks like there's 4 there. Okay, well, I'll let you guys go. I don't know if you're still there or not. I just wanted to come on here and test it again and talk about this block. And hopefully it helps some people out there. But anyway, I do love the Creative Notions subscription box. I have to say, I do. This is the first project I've done out of them, and I don't know, Vicki I think she does a great job, and so I still have them. They're on my to-do list. So, and I've only done, I was going to say I hadn't done any of those projects, but I've done one of them. The Layla Boutique, I think it was called Harvest. So, well, you guys, it looks like my machine is starting to buffer and losing connection. So I think I better go. And thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And thanks for the thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscription button down there. I would appreciate it. And until next time, I'll see about doing tomorrow night. I hope you guys can join me. I'm going to do those Susie blocks for the group. So, woohoo! I have lots to do. Okay, so until next time, thanks for coming by, and we'll talk soon. Night, everybody.